under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Dan, you're first up, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, John.
We're done?
Hi, John.
Everybody get their sunshine in except for poor Tony.
I was stuck on the farm.
Yeah, doing work, I'm sure. Huh?
Okay.
What do you got for us today?
Oh,
You got, never mind.
I'll make a motion, the Board of
Sorry.
Commissioners motion to approve the March 19th, 2024 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Connie.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Dave.
Sir.
All right. I'll let John take over here regarding the Chin project, just some updates.
Another step in the process anyways. This is before you is a necessity to, I guess, determine construction, the need for construction for Chin Regional Sewer projects. It's outlined in basically the assessment district, the meets and bounds anyways of where the sewers will be located. And then also to acknowledge an upcoming public meeting anyways.
Yeah.
So, which is next month anyways. I know there was a discussion about the date. I think we've adjusted that for the 30th on a Tuesday. It's gonna be located at Ravenna High School in their auditorium.
Yeah, I think we already have that on our agenda.
She just put it on
Yeah.
today. Yep.
And then what about the right of access to develop CAUB agricultural district?
So those notices were set out. We had two property owners. That was part of the administrative process. We advertised in the newspaper for that. We offered the ability for them to attend today if they had some comment about that.
And so, in a nutshell, the idea that those are larger properties, so the potential for those properties to be split up and used, they could potentially be assessed more if they don't go underneath a new category where they would only be charged as one lot or one unit versus the potential for 4 or 5 units.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's the kind of the purpose of that, that giving them the opportunity to make that happen before we turn around and make the assessment.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
Got it. And then, Mayor Broska is here for a discussion item on the rate increases. Do you wanna give some background history to the rate increases?
Sure.
And
Yeah,
when was the
absolutely.
last time they were increased?
Yeah, the last time we had a rate increase was 2017, so we've gone a considerable amount of time. So we started a rate study back in the beginning of 2020.
What
Yeah.
day, what, it was 215 before the last one, rate study was done?
217.
217.
Yep.
17.
Yes.
We were on a gradual increase over some years back in the day.
Up until that point, and
Yeah.
then we stalled off at 0 and kept it there for quite some time. Needless to say, there were some pretty high inflationary years the last 2 or 3 years. You know, our costs have been going up dramatically. Our chemical costs have gone up, almost doubled.
Yeah.
The cost of vehicles have doubled. Cost of labor has increased. The cost of all of our projects have just gone
Oh,
through
yeah.
the roof. I mean, every time we do an updated engineering estimate for any of our projects, they go up,
Yeah.
40, 50%. It's been tough to try and keep up with. So that's when we came to the realization that we needed to do a rate study. Took a better part of 2 years to complete. It's completed, and that's when we came to that realization that we needed to go ahead.
Yeah,
and
cause
raise
I think
rates.
their recommendation was for it to go higher, and we decided not to, cause that was gonna be a huge increase. And we sorta scaled it back a little bit compared to what the study showed that we should be, just because to soften the blow for the increase.
Their estimate was, their initial recommendation, just off the top of my head, was roughly 13 or 13.5% rate increase for
Yeah.
2024. We didn't think that was acceptable to our customers, and was an unfair increase, so we tried to spread that amount out over, the next 5 years.
And so what was the actual percentage of the increase?
7%.
7%.
Yeah, we cut it in half.
Yeah.
When was the last time, besides 2017, when was the study prior to that done?
John? you
We,
had-
on record, I don't think there was one ever done. I've heard rumors that one was done, but in my 16 years here, one has not been done until this one recently.
Yeah, cause that's when I first met with the director 4 years ago, that's what he said, that nothing had been done and, yeah, okay. All right.
Okay. Mayor, did you have any
Rex,
questions?
nice.
Well, you know, notwithstanding, I know that we did not get an increase since 2017. But, and then I've never been able to get a direct answer. Is Streetsboro not your biggest customer
For sanitary sewer.
for water?
I haven't-
You're up there. You're definitely up there, if not the largest.
Okay, and here's my rub, all right? When you had come to have a meeting with us and the thing, we talked about, you know, we were, contemplating, some work with Cleveland Water. And you had expressed at the meeting that, you know, the county needs 2 new water towers and associate other stuff. And my whole thing in this is, nobody helped me when I built a $3.5 million water tower, a $3.5 million water tower, okay? And I am concerned that these water towers are gonna be built, are gonna be on the backs of my citizens, okay? I did a, you know, I did a little bit of figuring, you know, with the rate increases that you guys have proposed, by the end of the increases, there's gonna be a $752,000 a year difference to my customers, okay? And, it's actually not a 25% increase. When you compound it, it's actually about a 29% increase. And we have it built in to our ordinance that whatever you guys levy, we put 3.5% on top of that. Because just like you, I have increased costs too. My vehicles have increased, have doubled. I have union wages that I have to cover, and that 3.5% really, and then I have to build into that, and for lack of a better word, a profit margin, because I have projects in the city, replacement of water lines and stuff, and you guys know, water replacement now is what, $550 a foot? Or thereabouts? I mean, it doesn't come cheap anymore, so my whole rub is that we're getting hit with 7% from you guys, and then we automatically tack on 3.5%, okay? And we've done that every year, and it's been a more gradual thing. I don't know why, back in 2017, why the prices, where you guys just didn't take the Band-Aid approach and start increasing the prices back then, even by 2 or 3%. We knew inflation is, we knew things were going up. And now, over the next 5 years, my residents are gonna see pretty much a 50% increase in the cost of their water. And I still, and it's not there, I still get complaints about water quality, okay? I still get complaints that water heaters are failing after 5 to 7 years because of the mineral buildup, okay? I still get complaints about taste, and for the most part, I kind of poo-poo them off, except for the water heaters. I don't know if you've had a water heater replaced lately, but they're on $1,100-1,200 now.
Last week,
Huh?
last week,
Okay, and how much was it?
it was about $1,000, yeah.
Okay, so you're about $1,100-1,200. So when you're getting premature water heater failure, that's another cost that's associated with it. And I don't mind, and I can explain it away where we can talk about, you know, a 3% a year or 2% a year or something like that. But to get hit with 7% over the next 5 years, that's very hard for me to sell, because I can't, you know, I can't sell that to the people. All they see is that they're paying 10.5% more for their water. And in the grand scheme of things, our minimum right now is $62 per 1,000 cubic. And there's less than half the people that are actually on that. And if you put a 10.5% increase on that, now you're going from 62 up to about $69 a quarter. But by the end of this, you're gonna be up in the $80, $85 range. And, you know, still water is, in my eyes, and from what I've seen from other places that charge, we're still kind of a bargain. I wish that when you guys did this, that we would have been included
because we are one of your largest customers, and the impact that it makes on my residents. My most growing demographic in the city right now is senior citizens, okay? And they are on a fixed income, and for them to have to absorb, this amount is gonna be, it's going to be quite an astounding figure to them. And, you know, I don't know, I understand you have to raise prices, believe me, we've had to raise prices. But it's just the idea, I wish that in foresight, in 2017, you guys would've went ahead and just started to putting the 3% on, 3% on, 3% on, and over this period of time, until this thing is over in 29, you'd have seen a much larger increase. But it would have enabled us to gradually put this in. This is gonna be a big hit for a lot of people. And when I hear that, you know, some of this money is gonna be used to build a water tower in Shalersville, or 2 water towers, to me, it's almost taxation without representation. I have nothing to do with Shalersville water, okay? But you're taking money from the residents of Streetsboro to pay for a water tower that's in Shalersville, okay? And I got a problem with that. I mean, to me, it just doesn't seem right that the residents of my city have to pay for improvements in adjoining communities. When we wanna put a water line in, okay, we assess our residents. We pay 65% and they pay 35%. Why can't that be done in the communities where you need to do these capital improvements? I know that you did it in Manaway, or when Manaway needed their stuff done, they got a huge increase. And to me, that seems the fairest way. And, you know, it really did get me salty, because, you know, the other aspect of this, I just spent $3.5 million on putting new water meters in, okay? And we provide you guys for free the reads for all the meters for all of our sewer and everything else. So I don't, you know, it's not a tit for tat thing. And these meters are gonna be considerably more accurate, they're gonna be considerably more reliable. So just in the last 8 years, I'm spending $3.5 million on new water meters, over $3.5 million on a new water tower. I have expenses the same way you do. And, you know, we had to bond out the water tower, because of what you guys talked about. Our city council had not raised water rates for like 7 or 8 years. So we were thinking we had all this money in our 503, and it wasn't there. So we had to bond it out. But luckily, we do generate enough funding from the 503 and from our water proceeds to pay for that bond. But, you know, I wish there was something different we could do. I mean, I really do, I am very upset that money that is generated from Streetsboro is gonna be used to put improvements when there's improvements that could be made ours. I asked you guys before, when we put the water line in on Pleasant Valley and Twin Hills Parkway, if you guys wanted to go overland over to 43, which would open up Sugar Bush Knolls and Twin Lakes to you guys for water. And I was going to bring my line down from Meadowview to connect into that to give us this great big loop. And it just fell on deaf ears, and that was not that big of a project, but it would have increased.
Mayor, I'm gonna ask, because we're almost out of their time, we've got the
Okay.
next one, but I appreciate you coming in, and we could continue this discussion with Dan and
Sure,
Donna
I mean,
if
you
need
know,
be.
there's a lot of projects you mentioned anyways in your discussion, and that would be welcome, and we certainly have a response to that.
Yeah.
For example, those towers are gonna support Streetsboro, they support our entire system, so those tanks that are used
So
for
what's my tower
Streetsboro
for?
now. I can tell you, we have a water tower too on Diagonal Road, that's gonna be part of the system, so it helps alleviate, it makes the system balanced, and does support Streetsboro in that aspect. So,
Okay.
I know
Well,
you guys need to.
All right, so we're gonna
need to go
continue,
here,
we'll
so-
continue on, but I definitely appreciate you coming in and voicing your thoughts and, about Streetsboro.
I knew coming in that nothing would get resolved,
Mhm.
but I had to express my displeasure.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and both these gentlemen could talk to you outside of here, and where you see nothing happening, John will tell you how that ties in. We
Well,
can't live in
my-
a silo.
My first interaction with your new director
Dan,
here
yep.
has been good.
Yep.
And I hope that facility has a lot better management than it's had in the past.
We are doing great in that matter, and the young
And-
man is doing fantastic.
In our conversations, Mayor, I have called Dan right away or met with him to let him know what your concern is.
Well, and Dan, I do appreciate you guys coming out and, you know, there's a solution. It just really, it just doesn't sound right with
Yeah.
me. And-
Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
yep.
thanks for
All
coming
right.
in,
Okay,
Mayor.
thank you,
All
Mary.
right, thank you.
Appreciate
Get with,
it. Yep.
get with these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, all right.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you
for
coming
the
in.
time.
All right, Dan, John, anything else?
Yep,
No,
nope,
we
that's
look
it.
forward to your
Okay.
meeting, and Kelly Jo, good morning.
Thanks.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hello, Miss Kelly Jo.
Good morning, good morning. Sunny morning.
Beautiful.
You ready for me to start?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you know what? I
Yeah.
need to read a resolution.
Oh.
Excuse me, Kelly Jo. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners declares the necessity of constructing project number RV-017.080 Chen Regional Sewer Improvements Project.
Roll call. Second.
Second.
Are you sleeping? Roll call.
No.
You still in Florida time?
Yes, Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. I'm gonna need your glasses here in a second.
See how he's treating me?
I'm sorry.
All these guys took vacation, went down to Florida.
It wasn't
I
a
stayed here by
vacation.
myself.
I didn't,
Ah, well,
I'm a working man.
uh-huh.
We appreciate all of you. Ready?
Please.
Okay, so my first agenda item is the January, February JFS data report.
Actually, Kelly Jo,
Yeah.
we have a presentation for a proclamation for Child Abuse Awareness Month that's first on the agenda.
Oh, you
Would
wanted to go
mind
first
if we
with that?
do
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Kelly Jo, did you want to?
Well,
wait
sorry,
for
yeah,
that.
read
Read
it.
it.
I'm sorry.
Proclamation, April 2024, Child Abuse Awareness Month. Whereas in 2023, there were 3,397 reported child abuse and neglect came to Portage County CARES hotline. And whereas the trauma that those children endured when being abused or neglected can have a short and long-term psychological, emotional, and physical consequences. And whereas child abuse and neglect is a serious issue that affects all segments of the community. Finding a solution requires the input and action from everyone. And whereas,
Whereas, and in recognition that children are the most valuable resource and will shape the future. And whereas the Portage community will strive to create and sustain strategies to prevent abuse and neglect, and will provide programs and supports that assist children and families to thrive. And whereas,
We acknowledge that we must work together as a community to increase awareness about child abuse and neglect and contribute to promoting the social and emotional well-being of children and families in a safe, stable, and nurturing environment. And let it be resolved that now, therefore, the Portage County Board of Commissioners declare and proclaim April 2024 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Portage County, Ohio, and urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating ourselves to the task of improving the quality of life for all children and families, and by wearing blue on Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. Witness, your Portage County Commissioners.
Kelly, you want to come on?
Yes, thank you so very much for that proclamation.
Well, thank you for what you do.
thank you and your staff.
Yes.
You know, it's not an easy job, but glad
No.
we got such a good group.
We have a great team. Good?
Ready?
Awesome. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, and I'll take your link.
He's out.
Most excitement all week.
All right, thank you for that. So our January, February data report, I'm gonna focus on some February data. On the public assistance side, page 1, bottom, we're seeing an increase of phone calls, relevant to transportation needs. And these are specific to, Medicaid net transportation, people getting to and from medical appointments. So need continues to be great. We had our 3rd job fair yesterday at Ohio Means Jobs, specific to trying to recruit drivers for organizations.
Yeah.
And our turnout was pretty low. We had 8 individuals show up. So we persevere, trying to recruit and help to support training, but continues to be a vast need in that area. I didn't have any other data points that I thought you would question me on in public assistance. Moving on to Ohio Means Jobs. We have an increase on page 4. The CCMEP program is the comprehensive case management program that we serve individuals, young people 14 to 24 years old. And so we continue to have young people enroll in that program. That's where we offer tutoring and support and summer employment opportunities. We also see homelessness with our young people, where we are able to subsidize and fund some housing opportunities. So we do a lot of wraparound in that space, and so seeing it grow is good, but hopefully we're moving in the right direction and providing those necessary supports to our young people.
And hopefully we can get the project off with Leadership Portage County,
Yeah.
the youth program.
Yep, that will be good, very good, yes. Benefit Bridge is the program that we're piloting with a few other counties across the state. We continue to be successful in that space, where we have 52 individuals now enrolled. I bring to you a success story as my new theme. So we have a young woman that had been a resident of the park recovery housing component, but she met all those requirements, and collaboratively we were able to help her to secure an apartment. She's been working since July of 2023. She has been able to purchase a vehicle. She's now interested in an LPN program, and her credit score has increased from the 500s to 600s.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, good
great.
stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
Good.
So that's Benefit Bridge. And then the last pieces in the data packet that I wanted to highlight, highlighted in the, I'm talking around in circles. 170 kids in care and child protective services. It's pretty consistent. We did see us have a reduction. We were in the 160s for a little bit, but we're really consistent with our numbers. When I go to the annual report, so proud of our team. Last year, it's reflected in the annual report, we finalized 4 adoptions in 2023. And to date, as of yesterday, I participated in signing final paperwork for adoptions number 8.
Wow.
So we are really aggressive in finding permanency for those kiddos. And then at the end of February, we had 188 employees on our rolls. We do plan in my April meeting to bring some, after I consult with Michelle in supervision, bring some supervision, staffing level recommendations, not going higher, but just some shifts in our TO. Any questions on the data report?
No, ma'am.
No, very nicely done.
Thank
How,
you.
how is the recruitment for foster parents or
Yeah.
caregivers going?
We continue in those efforts. We have, I believe, 25 licensed families. In one of my talking points, which I can lead into it right now.
Oh, no, I don't wanna jump. I was
No,
just
it's tied to
curious.
it, but
Yeah.
it's tiered foster care initiative that, we're gonna hopefully apply for a grant for, so hopefully that'll strengthen it.
Okay.
Yeah. So our annual report is in the packet. I'm not gonna go over it, but did you have any questions or comments on our annual report?
Again, nicely done.
No, but I just wanted to say in
Thank
your inner report, it's just amazing, all of the stuff, the calls, the intakes, everything, the services that you provide for our residents is just exemplary. And I'm telling you, it takes a special person to be able to work in your field, and with your leadership and the staff that you have, I think you guys do a great job.
I appreciate that, and I know our team appreciates being acknowledged. Definitely in the child protective, all of our divisions work hard and have challenges, but also there's a lot of stress in the job and the work we do to ensure safety for kids, and so we appreciate that acknowledgement, truly we do.
Oh, and I just wanted to add, I see Mandy got promoted
Yes.
to the new position.
Yeah.
So are we, do we have a replacement coming in for her, or are you taking, job postings, or?
Yeah, so right now, Mandy starts on Monday, and she has a full training calendar already established in April. She's got lots of training, and then we actually are interviewing internally, and 2 internal
Okay.
candidates early next week, and we'd like to promote from within if we can,
Yes.
so we're gonna start there and see where we go. So we're
Great.
trying to be very methodical and covering all bases, so good stuff, thank you. Last thing on the child prevention, a couple of them tied to that. So tomorrow, we're going to plant pinwheels in front of our annex building. We do that every year, and those are a representation of kiddos that we serve in our child protective services. And as you stated in your proclamation, we're also encouraging all of Portage County residents to wear blue on Wednesday, April 10th, just to show their solidarity and our efforts in that space. There's just a draft for discussion only MOU that I just wanted you to be aware of. We're trying to be very creative and supportive, not just for our families that we reunite, but also for our foster families commissioners you talked about. So we want to engage in this MOU with Children's Advantage to kind of introduce art therapy to our families. So it would be open sessions available for them, and so foster families and their kiddos can go in that space, or our families that we work with in the child protective arena. So really trying to be creative and trying to draw families and reunite families. So hopefully you support that new initiative, and we'll circle that behind with Shannon then.
Yeah, I do.
Last thing on my agenda was 2 very neat programs. We know that counties and municipalities got some opiate dollars, and so that's been great. And we were at an executive meeting in Columbus a couple weeks ago, and the governor had appointed a new director to it's called Ohio One. And so they are actually making funds available to social services and child welfare agencies, separate from the funds that the counties received, and to be able to support our families that have been impacted by opiates. So
So it's not One Ohio, right?
One Ohio, did I
Okay,
put
yeah.
it backwards?
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So I would like to move forward. It's optional, but for Portage to be able to do that. We have kiddos, like we talked about in the CCMEP program, that we're seeing interface with homelessness and have lots of struggles based on some histories with families that have struggled with substance abuse. And we have our transitional recovery house that we collaborate with family community on. So really would like to write the grant to be able to, 1, supplant some of the dollars we use from our budget, but also talk about some creative support services for kiddos that have been impacted. So I'll keep you posted, but excited for that opportunity. And then Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, my last thing, and this relates to foster families and their recruitment. There's what's called tiered foster care or initiatives, and that's really foster parents that are trained and tied more towards kids with multi-system needs. Lots of training for mental health, behavioral health, developmental disabilities. And so the state has heard from the counties in our association that we want to be more involved in the planning process. So they've opened up a grant opportunity for counties to electively step in and try to be creative in that space. And so I was approached by Medina County Director, Mahoning County Director, Trumbull County Director, and Columbiana. And we are considering applying as a hub of 5 counties. And each county that gets approved in their hub would receive $75,000. So if you pull your funding, the goal is then to hire somebody to recruit more foster families, but the foster families that would bring on the kids with the most special and intense needs. Do a lot of recruitment, and it would be really neat for us. We were talking on a conference call the other day that we could also share resources. So if Portage establishes 5 new treatment foster homes in Portage, and Columbia and 3, we can use each other's resources. We're within the geographic area that it's not too far for our workers to drive, But this person that we would hire for this initiative would be the boots on the ground and support the families if they have issues and do some triage work. So I'm ecstatic, and hopefully you support us moving forward and trying to get this grant. Yes.
Yep.
And that is all I have today.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Kelly Jo.
Thank you, Kelly Jo.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Well,
I lost my pen.
All right. Department of Budget and Finance.
Morning, Miss Barb. How are you?
Morning, Jackie.
Morning. So we're running a little early. I invited Mike Bodo from NDS to be a part of my meeting, but I don't think he's here yet, so.
He's right behind you.
Oh.
He walked in with
I was
his-
gonna say,
I'm sorry.
I thought you walked in together.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
I'm practicing my ninja skills.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
So good, he's here. Okay, so my discussion items, I have a few. The first one is about, funding projects that were recommended by Portage County Steering Committee, and would be implemented by Neighborhood Development Services. So the first one is about a single-family tax credit program. So the Ohio Housing Finance Agency has a new state tax credit program focused on workforce housing, and NDS is proposing a project with 7 units of single-family workforce housing. 3 of those units would be in Ravenna, and 4 of them would be in Wyndham, and the total of the project would be about $2 million. The units would be restricted to 80% of the area mean income, and then the tax credits would be up to 120%. So Wyndham is donating 4 vacant lots to this project, Wyndham Village.
Wow.
The city of Ravenna is providing $200,000 in home RLF. So the request of the county is to provide $200,000 in home RLF as a grant. The proceeds of the home sales would go to pay off the construction loan. And so Fund 1274, where the home RLF funding is, has approximately $300,000 in cash right now. So I think, obviously we have the fundings for it. Another piece of this as an aside is that the county RLF funds have to be spent down or committed before NDS can apply for CHIP funding in June. So this would kind of be an additional benefit if we were able to commit this.
Mhm. Yeah, because if we just let it sit there, they're not gonna look at us to give additional funding if we're not spending what we have.
Mhm.
That's been the case. Mike, did you have anything you wanted to add?
That covers it pretty well. I'd certainly answer any questions you might have.
And this is in which one? Is it in the rehab housing, or which one is it in?
It's,
The home RLF.
it's the home.
The home RLF.
Home RLF.
Because I looked at the balance, so is the balance different than what I saw?
So the total certification is $327,493. There are appropriations in there, but they haven't been utilized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's, I
So
think
remember I
that's,
brought that up to you, I was like, wait a minute, there's not enough money in
yeah, I
here.
think
So,
it makes it look skewed because there are appropriations in there that haven't been utilized, but there is cash in there of about $300,000.
okay. And so it's gonna create 7 houses for workforce housing, right?
That's correct.
Individual houses?
Yes,
or-
sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
Yeah,
individual.
single family, typical market, 3-bedroom, 2 bath, 1.5 baths in Ravenna,
Mhm.
Wyndham, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
2-car garage, blah, blah, blah.
And then what about Ravenna? What's their, cause each municipality or political subdivision has different requirements for it. So-
Ravenna's got a slightly larger requirement, 1,500 square foot. The plan that we're using is actually a 4-bedroom to get to that square footage with 2 bath and 2-car garage. NDS had 3 lots that we donated. It's a brand new program. It's championed by the governor's office. We wanted to be in on the maiden voyage to kind of shake it out, because we know there's some issues with the structure. but the housing is really important to the area,
Yeah.
and we kind of wanted to be.
Do we know what
part of that
price
solution.
range we're looking at for these
Yeah, I would
houses
say
will be
probably
valued?
between 165 and 225.
Oh, wow.
They will be sold at appraised value, so
Will Wyndham and Ravenna be about the same?
no, I would expect Ravenna's to come in about 225
Mhm.
and Wyndham's to come in around 165, maybe a little more. We have as-built appraisals that we should be getting any day now. We're required by the program to sell at those prices, which is fine with me, because that's what it's supposed to do. And then that sets the amount of credits that you're eligible for, so.
So you could give me an idea how this, we build these 7 structures,
Yes, sir.
houses. And then how do we put families in them? Am I buying the home?
Yes.
Or,
Mhm.
and with backing from, if you build a $165,000 house in Wyndham, who are we getting to move to Wyndham? Or,
Wyndham, the park specifically, and then what we call the new homes, the USDA subdivision to the east, their market's actually been doing pretty well. NDS, along with the village, has been tearing down the old barracks,
Mhm.
converting those to single-family lots, and
Mhm.
they've been sold. Several of them, a fair amount, and new construction's been taking, single-family, new construction's been taking place.
Mhm.
So we feel it's a decent market. We wanted to expand where we were looking at, but this first round, as I said, it's very thin. The subsidies are very small, and we are hoping that by going forth with a small project, we can shake out some of the issues, and on the second round, start to expand our reach a little bit as to where we do these things. There's just not a lot of room in the way the subsidies, the tax credit's very small. So we wanted to at least get something in that we know would be successful and work with OFA to make the program better.
Are there any qualifications besides I could afford that? Any qualifications for the public to be able to buy one of these houses? Or are they also gonna be
80%
subsidized?
of the median income, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it 80%?
Yeah, there is an income restriction.
Yeah.
Of 80% of the area median, but that, it doesn't affect the affordability at all. We're actually selling them in an open market,
Mhm.
so we'll have a realtor
Okay.
involved, and they'll go through the normal process.
Thank you.
Okay.
So,
I'm fine with, because I know we need, especially if it's geared towards workforce.
Okay, so if the board's ready to move forward on that, that would be journal entry number 2. And then there's also a letter in the board signature folder that you can sign off on. Okay, so next would be the owner occupied rehabilitation. So again, this is the home RLF funds. So the max would be $93,000 for hard and soft costs of home RLF funding. This is another request from that Fund 1274.
Is it gonna like pretty much drain that down? I mean, what's gonna take it down?
It'll take it down to, I would say approximately $7,000. But, as we said,
But now we can apply for new.
it has to be
right?
spent down before we can apply for
Is
CHIP
there new
funding.
funding available to apply for?
Yeah, coming
there?
in June, I forget which day, but coming in
Okay.
June.
Okay.
And that would be journal entry number 3.
So now,
If the board
tell me a little
approves
bit more on the owner occupied rehabilitation. What's going on with that? I mean, that seems like an extensive, rehab for $93,000.
Lately, a lot of them have been approaching these numbers.
Yeah.
Construction costs are, I don't wanna say out of control, but they're really have risen quite a bit. Normally, you wouldn't see an individual request like this, because we would be coming to you with a CHIP grant,
Yeah.
new funds, of which any recapture revolving loan fund would be pledged to that grant.
Yeah.
And then everything would flow through the grant, and policies and procedures associated with it. When we're in between grants, it's always been our policy to come to you with individual requests. rather than do it under, since closed grant. That's why you're seeing this one specifically.
And this one's owner occupied, right? It's
It
not-
is, it's
Okay.
yeah, it's a standard, county private rehab activity that you've been doing for 30 years. But again, because it's outside of a current grant, we feel we have to bring that to you for specific authority.
So you have a total of 93,000 to spread over a couple projects?
In this case,
It's
it's for
just
one
that
house.
one house.
Yeah, it's for one house. We had planned on actually taking the 300,000 that was available and doing several different rehabs, and then the single-family opportunity popped up. This happened to be one of the applications that was already in process, and so we wanted to at least complete this one if we can.
What's the criteria for this project?
There's a few,
Same thing?
nothing stringent, it's 80% of area median income or below, no tax delinquency on your county taxes, obviously owner occupied, things like that. Not much else beyond that, it's not underwritten or anything like that.
Okay. Okay, one more discussion item, just kind of circling back on the Soil and
Oh,
Water
yeah.
Conservation District funding request, just because they said if the board does approve that, they would need the cash
By April
in their
30th.
account by April 30th.
Yeah.
So,
We
just,
have the 27,000, was it, or?
they requested $42,500
Oh.
in general funds. And with that, let me see, I have the copy of the state match formula. So with $42,500 contributed by the board, the state would provide $75,250.
We're just giving them the match fund.
Right, so there's the initial flat rate that the state provides is 15,000, and then for the first 20,000 that we contribute, the state also supplies 40,000. And then, so then the next 22.5 would be matched at 90%. So then it comes out to a total pot of $117,700.
Well, it sounds like, you know what, for budget planning for next year, we need to take this into consideration. Like I
Mhm.
said, if I recall from last week, we've not had to provide match funds because we had that, stormwater assessment to all the parcels, that 923.5 per tax parcel.
Mhm.
And it's just, that's a constant, but with the cost of everything and the matching funds and everything, they just don't, it's not generating enough, is
Mhm.
what I recall. Is that correct?
Right, that's what I remember from the presentation.
So what that tells me though is, like I said, for budget purposes next year, we probably need to take a look at making this a budgetary,
To put it into a
line item.
contribution.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so
I'd
moving
say all good
forward,
things come to an end.
yeah, moving forward, we could plan, we could plan it in the budget. If
Yeah.
the board would approve it this year, it would have to come out of the contingency.
And is that your recommendation, that we have the money and we'd be fine if we move forward with it?
I would recommend it just because the state match is quite generous and, we need the funding. But yes, I think moving forward, we should plan for it in the budget.
Anything else?
Mike, you have anything?
Nope,
Okay,
I'm not gonna say it.
all right.
Oh.
What about Jackie's hair today? You didn't wanna comment?
See, I just said I wasn't gonna say it.
I'm just kidding.
It's an ongoing joke.
Yes.
Kinda.
Sorry.
It's not that funny, but.
Oh, it's hilarious, right?
Okay. All right, if not, I'll go ahead, anything you wanted to touch base on under journal entries or resolutions that we need to note, Jackie, or are they?
No,
all
I
good?
don't have any comments on
Okay. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Anthony J. Badalamenti, President of the Board, to sign the pre-award conditions form as the subgrantee agency authorized official for the Office of Criminal Justice Services Violence Against Women Grant, as requested by the Portage County Prosecutor's Office and Family and Community Services. Documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes a grant of $200,000 in the Home Revolving Loan Funds for the Neighborhood Development Services, Inc. Single Family Tax Credit Workforce Housing Project as presented by the Portage County Steering Committee and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes the use of $93,000 for an owner-occupied rehabilitation house, including hard and soft costs, for client 7139PR24, as requested by Neighborhood Development Services and presented by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Anthony J. Badalamenti, President of the Board, to sign the amended scope of work and budget for 2022 Community Development Program Grant under the State of Ohio of Community Development, as requested by the Portage County Regional Planning Commission. Documents reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
In accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval too. I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay process the March 21st, 2024 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to process the March 21st, 2024 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to clear obsolete and authorize the sale of one vehicle from the Portage County Sheriff's Department.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1201 Motor Vehicle and Gas Tax to Fund 1210 Safety Studies.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the award from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Office of Criminal Justice Services for the 2024 State of Ohio Body Worn Camera Grant on behalf of the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay, Jackie, on that one, so what is the grant for? Is it, because we've already got the cameras, does that help with the cost of the film, I mean, the,
I believe it's for 13 additional cameras.
Cameras.
oh,
Yep.
more cameras,
Yep.
okay. Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the award from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Office of Criminal Justice Services for the 2023 Edward Byron Memorial Justice Assistant Grant Program on behalf of the Portage County Sheriff's Office and Drug and Violent Crime Unit.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 8300 Solid Waste Journal Administration to Fund 8301 Solid Waste Management District Local Government Financial Test.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1414 Child Support General Administration to 1410 Public Assistance.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
thank
Jackie.
you guys,
Thank
thanks
you.
Mike for
Thanks, Mike.
coming in today.
Is Ryan out there? Jackie?
Yes,
There he
he
is. Morning, Ryan.
There he is. Miss America.
Good morning.
Mr. America.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Captain America, actually.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay, we just have two resolutions today. The first one is to transfer our antiquated Hearst airshore equipment from the Portage County EMA to the Worcester Fire Department. Just to give you a little background on that, that was State Homeland Security Grant purchased equipment post 9/11, 2002, in that range, and it's no longer serviced. The parts can't be replaced. And we have replaced it through a grant with Paratech equipment that's coming in September. And booster was kind of more grateful to have some kind of capability in our region, so it's a region agreement.
Versus none.
Yeah, versus none, so they're doing some training with it in April, so we've already transported.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
And
Next.
The second resolution, declare obsolete and dispose of Portage County personal property equipment purchased again off FY02 State Homeland Security Grant. They were in first responders bags, and they've just, you know, have gotten worse over the years, 20-some years old, the duct tape is eroded, a lot of the glue's coming out, and they just need to be, they can't be replaced, there's no longer keeping them, they're just outdated. And that's it.
Okay. I'll make a motion to transfer, resolution. Oh, it's under internal services.
Oh.
All right, I guess you're done.
Okay, beautiful. I thought it was me.
Yeah.
He came in to talk about it because of it being Worcester and because it was grant related.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yep, thank you.
Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
Morning, Shannon.
I am not quick.
We know.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I have a lot of resolutions and a lot of project updates today.
Yeah, whatever.
I know.
We like the project updates.
That's good,
Completed
Jen.
ones.
All
There's
these
some on here, so you'd be so
resolutions.
excited.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great-
I'm talking about all these resolutions.
You're not excited?
Shannon.
Oh,
You were.
I couldn't be any happier.
Oh my
Wait.
I
Your
can
turn's
feel it. I
coming.
feel it.
I just couldn't be.
His turn's coming.
Mhm.
Michelle?
Okay, the first one I would like to talk about is the admin building. So we did get the architect costs that I've talked to you guys about in the past. I just probably need a direction to move forward. I wanted to know, do you want me to move forward with just the architect for now and then work with him to get the cost down per floor? Or do you wanna hold on, I'm not sure exactly what direction to move. So the architect was $181,000 for all 3 floors.
Oh, my gosh.
And with that being, the 5th floor is $1.6 million to
What?
renovate. That's what their
Where's
cost
that
is.
coming from?
I know. So that's why I was like, maybe we discuss with the architect.
Didn't we
wish
discuss
list versus
segments doing at a time? I mean, down in the auditor, 5th floor? That we were
Because
gonna
of-
break that down because of the
We
cost?
can, we'll just have to, maybe we can do like, like the payroll side and then do is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like do it
in
in-
segments versus
all at
$1.6
one
million.
Yes.
I thought that's was the discussion.
So what I don't remember that, sorry. So I think what I would think to do is move forward with the architect and then discuss with them how to do it, so it becomes that way, because they're not gonna really give us any insight if we don't hire them per se.
Mhm.
Because it's basically, and you'll see as we go down, it's, the 5th floor is 1.6, and then your floor was about 500,000. That was just, we're going by a wish list here, we're not going by maybe, you come down and bring it down a little bit. And then Joe's area on the 1st floor was 75,000. So, his is doable, and I'll get to that in a minute when we come down to him,
And,
but
and what are we doing on our floor? The bathrooms?
bathrooms, kitchen, find out where that leak's coming from. Cause we've done a lot, they need to investigate where that leak is coming from. Cause now it's just traveling from your middle section all the way over to your hallway now. So. Thoughts, any thoughts?
Well, the leak is a must.
Yep.
From my mind, it's, we talked about a kitchen, and then the kitchen turned into $500,000.
Well, and it doesn't have to be that, like, we can renovate what you
restrooms.
currently have in that area and make it nice, take out the bathroom, cause I don't really think you should have a bathroom in your kitchen probably, and then make the kitchen more usable, and then it would be a lot less versus relocating or whatever you wanna do, and maybe expand the bathrooms, make the men's bathroom bigger, make the women's bathroom bigger, and then just, that could be your reno. I mean, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are there.
The restrooms definitely need addressed. I mean, they're like falling apart.
Right, the floor's kinda starting
I
to
mean,
rot in there.
our restrooms are the size of a closet.
Right. Do you want,
And
what I
the
can
kitchen
do
needs addressed,
is
too.
work with the architect on a figure that's more realistic than, we walked around, everybody gave their wants and their desires and their wishes, and then it came to, okay, now what can we really afford, basically? Kinda like your house, right? What can
Yeah.
we really afford? That's pretty, but
Yeah, there's a nice to have and then there's a need.
need to have,
Well,
yeah.
Or there's wants versus needs.
Yes.
What are
Go
your
ahead,
thoughts?
speak over there. Go
Any
ahead.
thoughts?
I just like how you put this. Project cost on this floor is only 1.6 million.
Only on the 5th floor, you
Yeah,
know?
that's the fifth floor.
And then cost for this project's only 500,000.
Try to be positive, Mike.
Only. That's all.
Trying to be nice and positive.
our daughters.
The team members need a
Yeah,
nice
okay.
work environment.
Okay.
Okay, it made me feel better. Thank you.
You're spinning it very well, Shannon. And, well, it's not gonna be that high.
I would
There
love
was a-
everybody to have what they
there
want,
was
but
a
there's
great
reality.
Wish list, and now we need to
Sure.
get reasonable.
And we
right?
get with Matt, or, Matt too, and say, okay, Matt, that's how much it
Now
was.
we got rid
Now
of the
we
only
got-
word.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
only, and
yeah.
now we need to come to realistic. so.
Prioritize.
But I guess my first question is, should we move forward with the architect to work with each department to make it cost effective for each floor, more manageable?
You know, that cost pains me.
I know, it pains me too, I know, so.
I am in the wrong team.
I
And
know.
then if they make the recommendation, do plans, and then we don't utilize them, then the next time we go around, it's all new plans and we start off. I mean,
Well, you would keep the same architect for it, so, but it's just, I know, it's
It's
painful.
just,
Give me a vision of what these small restrooms look like. Well, we're not spending any much time in there. So what besides?
I don't know.
Absolute visual, if you would like to take a walk.
It's, and that's what the point is that we have restrooms that need to be refurbished.
why?
And we're
They just want
talking
it
about
bigger, right? That's-
refurbished to bigger. And my question is why do they need to be bigger?
well,
That's
walls
okay,
are
that's your
cracking.
guys'
No,
call,
no,
it's
no,
your floor,
they
so
need to be
whatever you guys wanna
refurbished.
do.
So there's a difference between refurbished and bigger. And so that's my only question with the restrooms. I don't spend much time there, Mike does, but he's got his own, but,
Comfy.
yeah. But that's, I'm trying to visualize what you're talking about. Refurbish or redo, and there's a difference between redo and refurbish. That's all, I'm trying to figure that
So
out.
I think the mindset was just to make a little, the workflow of the area, right? Because the one restroom, you have to walk through a closet to get to the restroom. It's just,
Side one.
is it undoable? No, but
one?
if we can
The one
fix
on the
Oh, on the
it,
other
side.
side?
right? And fix it all at one time instead of, piece parting it together. I think, well, this was a hospital, right?
Correct, I got that
So
part.
it was designed for
And they're
that.
concrete walls,
And so,
Some of them are.
yeah.
I just went around with each department to
Mhm.
see what their wishes were,
That's-
so whatever
so-
your wishes are,
Because we're up here, I'm trying to get a visualize, I'm trying to understand what we're talking about, refurbish the restaurant.
they wanna expand the restrooms, they wanna expand the men's, they meaning
So do you want to get rid of one of the restrooms that are here
Possibly,
and use the other one that's in the back there that apparently?
possibly, well, the idea is these two restrooms on the very end here,
Mhm.
to utilize that middle space that's a funky little office area and expand basically into there,
for
those
both
two,
of them.
for both of them. So
Yeah,
punch
or
through
the
those walls
closets.
and make that one,
Well,
that's what I thought.
I think part of the, I wasn't here the day we walked through, but I think part of the cost also is we are now obligated to make it ADA accessible, right?
Well, that was my other-
Accessible,
Currently,
you're gonna have to,
neither
your
are ADA
HVAC, you gotta move,
accessible.
you have to move, every time you move walls, you have to think about air conditioning and heating and stuff, so.
So that's where the
It's not just to
necessarily
take
the
down a
expansion
wall,
would
you know what I
come this
mean.
way. They're not ADA accessible, is that right?
True.
All right, Rain Cloud, continue.
I know, I'm sorry.
I thought it was
It is not only, but it's just, I mean, it's just,
We know,
it's
we're
whatever
just
you
busting,
guys
only
want.
busting your chops.
Yeah,
You
if
can,
Mike
all
just
you want.
forfeits
I'll
his
take it.
salary, we can cover it all.
That's why we have big shoulders.
Big shoulders.
Okay, next.
So do you want me to hold off on the architect? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. You wanna talk about it at the end when I keep going, so you can
Yeah.
see all the other stuff? Okay. So then, I did the auditor, I did the fourth floor. The generator, the electrical panel, is gonna go in for that new generator. They're gonna do it in April, and they're actually gonna be here on the 8th, and maintenance will be with them, because we have to shut down the power to the generator. So let's say there was a storm, if somebody's in this building, you don't have generator power to get them off the floor, especially if it's, ADA, handicap accessible. So, we're gonna do it on a day when nobody's here.
Okay.
So, let's see. Going to the next page, the Keltron system, okay, this is a nice discussion. To update the Keltron system, I've learned so much about the Keltron system. To update the Keltron system, the way it currently as is, it's $70,000 to $100,000, just to upgrade what we currently have, and that is not upgrading all of the panels in every location. There's another option from a company, to utilize, I remember I was talking to you about that before. So you have a cellular tower, right? And then the network is also plugged in as a backup. So first is the cell service, if that goes down, you have the network backup. And that feeds into the fire alarm system to let anybody know that there's a fire. With that though, you have to have a third party for it to ring to, so that they call out. So, and I talked to the sheriff's department about it as well, and they said, you know, they kinda like that idea as well, because if they're at dispatch, they're sitting there making all of these calls right here, but they're still having to monitor a Keltron system for all of the buildings that's going on. So if their focus is on a call right now, their alerts, they won't always catch them. I don't know if you've known in the past, they've missed some of our calls that we've had from the Keltron system, just for the simple fact that they have one person trying to run two things.
Yeah.
So, the cost is $55 per location per month, and that includes your cellular service.
What does it say, the county engineer and juvenile detention center would pay the per month charge?
Yes, so every location is $55 per month.
Okay.
So they would pay, like they currently do, you know, we would pay for their, it's $700 per unit to start off, just to get rid of the Keltron system in each location and put it in each building. So, but the county engineer currently pays for their services on all of their stuff in their building, and juvenile detention center does as well, so they would absorb that. I talked to Larry, he was on board with it, he said whatever the county does will do. Jay was kind of on board, he was trying to understand it better, but he knows that whatever way we go, he's gonna have to go that way, because I don't think he wants to upgrade the Keltron system just for their location.
So with the cell towers and everything being kinda in the air, a disaster hits us. How good does that, regardless of it's a tornado,
So
Or
currently,
something
we
more.
have it's electrically set up right now, and we have the internet as the backup. So if your cell service and your internet services goes on, I think we'll probably have
You're
a
toast.
bigger issue
Yeah.
anyway, so.
yeah, but I'm no,
It's
those are
both,
kind of
so we've always wanted to have a
disasters.
backup, right? You wanna have a backup, so. That's just, my thoughts. What, do you guys have any thoughts on either system? I'm asking
Because I love
difficult
technology
questions
so
today.
much, probably the second would probably be.
I know, I had
Maybe that-
when they I was like, how does this work? Like,
Yeah.
at first, they really had to break it down for me on how it worked, but it's the way a lot of places they
Yeah.
are using cell service anymore.
And that's kind of, to me,
Because
it's a
copper
little bit
lines are
scary.
expensive,
Yeah,
too.
they are, but that's, the technology part is if you have a disaster hit,
Mhm.
how much is technology? And we've seen technology get just, 1999 to 2000, the world was gonna shut down, and it
Yeah,
didn't.
Yeah.
But that's what we're worried about, and that's what I think of, is that you have, everything is not a physical structure anymore, so I guess I could blow that up,
Mhm.
but we have, everything is in the cloud or really not accessible.
And that's
so
the way
that-
I think it's gonna be.
That's,
It's gonna be in the
that
cloud.
seems
It's
to
gonna
be-
be. And Cameron did go around with me as well during all of this, so he could understand the the IT side of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like,
alert that there's clouds.
So do you want me to go with the cellular service?
I think people, they probably don't even know 95% of alarm systems in people's homes are all cellular. They're all
Yes.
cellular based,
Yeah.
so.
Might as well go cellular base now?
Yeah, let's do what the kids are doing.
Okay. Well, and it is a month-to-month service, so you're not signed into this, $55 a month with just this company. It's month-to-month with them, so we're not locked in for like 3 years, so we have to use them.
Are there other companies that do this?
He said, this company said that, Cuyahoga, what is that, CMHA? They that's all they do now. So, and I guess they're really big, CMHA.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
So they, not only who has it, who else supports it? Say they go out of business.
Well, they have, there's several businesses that will be a call center, because basically you're paying for a call center at the
Yeah.
end. So, this is all my understanding.
A
I've been
dispatch
very
center. Yes, ma'am.
educated in the last one. So,
Yeah, I would unfortunately go with the cellular.
Cellular service.
Sabrina, thought?
Yep, that's right with me.
okay.
Please.
Okay, building department lobby, oh boy, so we opened up the floor We found the water source that it was coming from. We called the plumber. I know, it was an old, it's like a sewer line that was old sewer line, but their kitchen sink runs in underneath and comes out. And then it was clogged, and we went 120 feet. We had they came in and they roto-rooted it, and they got the clog free. So we had Klein Cavalli come in, they capped it, and then they put in a clean outs so that the water could still flow properly. And I think we're good to go. Joe's been checking it, especially after the rains, and it's dry. So.
Well, that's what the lab used to be, so
Yeah.
who knows what that.
That's what they said. They were all questioning it. Everybody was looking in there.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's good to go now. They're gonna fill it back in. They're gonna put some concrete in there
This
just to
is
dry it all up.
Yeah.
Then we'll be better. Then it'll be, good to go for if we move forward, with his, he wants that door, the window and the door in, and then we have to redo his flooring in there, obviously. But we were happy. It was a couple day project, but we got it to go through, so. The building lightning rod protection, let's see, they're gonna schedule it for the first week of May, and it's weather permitting, we'll start putting it all back together again and adding new. The second floor, JFS, their break room is finished, and I did bring a picture of it. Oh, yeah, I know, so in case you guys, this is what it looks like now. That's their new break room for them. Let's see. It just looks a lot better.
See,
than
that
it
can be
did.
our kitchen.
There you go.
Like right like that.
It'll look right like that. We can make that happen for you.
Very nice.
I thought it looked pretty.
And look, they did it, and that's
I
county
always
maintenance.
forget
They
to
did a
take
great
a
job.
before picture. You guys.
Yeah.
The only thing we didn't do in there was,
Paint.
the painting, so. And Kelly Jo was very happy, and she said it was bringing up the morale already, or was it email to us, so that was nice to hear. The maintenance garage, you've noticed that they've been doing the roofing, we're just waiting for the downspouts and the gutters, and those are hopefully gonna be within the next week, and then we'll be done with that. Okay, and so I know I have a lot, I'm sorry.
You're good.
The next one is the, fence repairs. That is complete at the F lot, so we're good to go for next winter, so all the pushing, we didn't have much snow this
No.
year, so we didn't really break it, so. The recorder's office, they're currently being painted, and I believe he's almost done with that, and then the carpet's been ordered for that office. The annex building, this is, something that I wanted to run by you guys. So there are 3 doors over the annex building now that we're doing this project. If you look at the exterior doors, they're starting to rot from underneath. So I'm getting a cost on what it is to replace them. I know it's like a ripple effect, but we're doing all this, and they're gonna be in and out of these doors, and we're putting fobs on these doors, and the thresholds are rotten, the bottom is all rusted out.
Salt.
So, I know, it is salt, yep. And also, if you notice on that side, in between the buildings, the Board of Elections, that side entrance they have there, I wanted to just get a cost to see what it would be to rip that, cause that's all cracked, the whole foundation's cracked, the whole, what's that
A little walkway between the two buildings?
yeah, no, it goes up to the door.
Okay.
The stairs that go up to the door, what is that called? The
Threshold.
railing. The railing's rotted out too, and you can pull up. I couldn't think of the
So
word
railing.
railing. You know the word railing? So that's rotten, but I just wanted to get a cost to maybe just take that out and just put 3 steps up to that door, and it's done. So I'm just gonna get a cost just to see why they're there, cause if we do it in a couple years from now, you're tearing into the ground again and you're tearing it all up, so. Do you
Yep.
know which part I mean, like that little
Yes.
side area? Okay, spending more money, I know. Let's see. If you go to page 6, public defender's new space, the architect cost came in at $157,550.
Oh God.
The project estimate is 1.6 million. I didn't say only.
No, you didn't.
And,
So, and I was talking to Jackie about this, because we were talking about, because we would want to build a contingency in there, at least 5 or 10%, that is not included contingency. Just, something always happens, something always comes up, it's
But they're
inevitable.
supposed to be getting that money, they're supposed to apply for it.
So what I was told by the
request.
public defender is we have to pay for it first, and then they
they get
apply.
reimbursed that 80 or
Yeah,
85?
well, I'd like to see something that says that, as opposed to us.
I think doesn't
Oh,
he
we were
have-
just kidding.
I think JP does have that information in
Does he?
writing.
Okay.
Well, and
The
not
thing is we
that-
still have to front it, so I don't
Yeah.
know where those funds.
I mean, I think we could do it in pieces, like as we pay for it, we could submit.
Get reimbursed.
Yeah, I think we could
Oh,
do
you
it.
can do it that way?
Yeah,
I
normally
think
that'd be
it's
nice.
to the
reimbursable,
state.
they'll do it in phases.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good.
Yeah,
Not
that'd be
everyone
good.
has that money up front.
Mhm.
all of that.
I mean, we
too.
as a county would still spend, what was it, $300,000 or $400,000? Out of our
So
cost.
80%.
It's 20% of
85%, they get 85%.
85%?
Yeah, cause that's
Reimbursement?
reimbursement rate,
So,
85.
yeah, 15,
15% is our
150,000, 160,000.
My
Yeah,
main,
one
Yeah,
sec-
but it
not
was more
160.
than that, cause we were,
Oh, if, well, if you had
under
a
the contingency, I thought it was like almost $300,000 that we had to pay.
because of the contingency.
But the contingency is a contingency, but if we just take it right up front, it's about 160,000, but we have to have maybe a 15% leeway.
Can you figure that, 1.6 million? Plus
Yes.
157.5. See how much
Oh, please.
So
Well,
100,
she's got that
Yeah.
divided by,
on the second day.
Okay, what do you want me to?
1.6 million plus 157.5. Did you already do the math in your head? You're really good at that.
No, I did not.
Jackie does.
And then what's 15% of that?
1.6 million plus?
157.5.
Would
157.
like me to
hand it over?
157.5.
180.
Because we were adding.
Okay, so the initial request is 1.757.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then 15.
Now what do you want? What
What's
percentage?
15%?
15%.
Look at Tony's
But
head
180.
spin. 10.
yeah,
There's not much that happens up there sometimes, but.
Not much happens
The
there, I
numbers
get it.
What
I-
happens
I'm
is
so
it
generous.
Yeah, it's really, you take a couple zeros off.
Yeah.
What is it?
You just double
1.8
it.
or 180?
This says 263.
yeah,
263?
yeah, cause it's 1.5, so
Oh.
take
I thought
half
it was
the
about 300,000.
10,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, my math is not calculating
No.
that. Yeah, so it is, ooh.
You need to turn that blouse down a little bit.
And screen too, you need a filter.
I bought,
Like you need a dimmer switch.
anyways,
For hot pink. So, I guess.
That's one of those ones, if we don't do it now, we'll be forced to do it later.
Yep.
So,
Yay.
okay.
Yeah, true.
So we'll hire the architect and then we'll go from there. He's already in that building already, so. Okay, and then I'm all done with that. Do we wanna come back to the architect for the admin building? Or do we wanna hold, what? A twofer? Can we do a 2-for-1 deal?
Same
It's not
architect?
the same architect.
I just can't,
It's not so
I'm
much.
still floored by what the cost.
I know, cause you don't pay for, and I know I've said this, it's like you're paying for the engineering, you're paying for all of the people that support the architect.
I just,
The HVAC people, everybody,
Yeah.
fire,
I stuttering and say yes.
yes,
yeah, we're not gonna know until
We
do.
we have to move forward with that part.
that part. Doesn't mean that you have to do it all this year, right? Let's say you maybe wanna do, I know
You
Matt.
should start at the top and work
I
your
know
way
that, there you go. Well, and I know that, but your costs will be significantly, and the building department are significantly less than the 5th floor. Do we make the 5th floor just a project by itself next year? And I'm sure Matt is not gonna wanna hear that, cause he wanted it
No.
done this year. Or we can, okay, Matt, that was your wishes, now what should we do? Like, what do
gotta be
you
done
have to
segmental.
have? Yeah. Because his air conditioning is gonna be all, it's basically an open concept, he
Mhm.
wants everything open. So you're tearing down, unless it's a supporting wall, obviously, I don't think he didn't wanna put beams in or anything, so. Okay,
I'm
so.
sure it would be reasonable too if you
Yeah,
revisit
well,
this.
yeah, because, he'll have to pay for the furniture, that's gonna have to go in those areas too, so. Okay, so we do the architect and go from there.
Yep, and then we can break
Yeah,
it
and
segmental.
Then we
we'll
can
have to
break it down even more
figure out
realistically.
how.
Mhm.
Cause even 1.6
I know
is
that-
not palatable, I
No.
mean, this year or next year, I mean, that's just a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to scale.
Okay. Okay, guys, okay, man, architect. Okay, I'm all done, I'm all done spending money now.
There you go.
I can't catch my breath to read these resolutions after the shock.
I know, and
Sticker
there's
shock.
I'm sorry, there's 22
Mike's
of
gonna
them.
have to do it.
Mike does everything.
Mikey will do it. Was there a
Mikey
commercial?
will do it.
Mikey
Yeah.
likes it.
All right, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts the bid of the Sherwin-Williams Company for furnishing acrylic water-based traffic safety paint for the use by the Portage County engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts the bids for furnishing various sizes of limestone to use by the Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts the bids for furnishing various sizes of slag for use by the Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Portage County Board of Commissioners accepts the bid for furnish various size of gravel for use. Is that a duplicate?
No.
No, it's gravel versus
Yeah.
limestone.
Slag, yeah.
For, by the Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an equipment lease agreement with Visual Edge IT, Inc. on behalf of Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts the bid for the various bituminous liquids for use by the Portage County Engineer.
Very good. Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts the bids for furnishing various sizes of storm pipe for use by the Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
This engineer is very needy. this
I'd just say whatever he wants.
The Board of Commissioners accepts the bids for furnishing guardrail and curved-end treatments for use by the Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Was
Board
Mickey
of-
this needed?
No, I'm just teasing. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners accepts the bid for furnishing corrugated metal bridge flooring and bridge replacement beams for the use by Portage County Engineer.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners approves plans and specifications and set date for accepting bids for the 2024 405 resurfacing project for resurfacing of various Portage County roads.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners authorizes the Portage County Solid Waste Management District to enter into an agreement to provide drop-off collection services to Palmyra Township.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners authorizes the Portage County Solid Waste District to enter into an agreement to provide drop-off collection services to Paris Township.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners authorizes the Portage County Solid Waste Management District to enter into an agreement to provide drop-off collection services to Randolph Township.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement with Portage County Jobs and Family Services and Northeast Ohio Consortium Council of Governments and Family and Community Services for the Comprehensive Case Management and Employment Program.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an amendment number 1 with the Portage County Jobs and Family Services and the Portage County Sheriff.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an amendment number 1 with Jobs and Family Services and Family Community Services, Inc. to provide early intervention service coordination.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Board of Commissioners accepts the recommendation of the CCAO Service Corporation and Palmer Energy to proceed with Dynergy as an electric supplier pursuant to a recommended 24-month capacity pass-through agreement.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners approves the CCAO Service Corporation and Palmer Energy's Amendment Number 1 to Exhibit A, Natural Gas Purchasing Program, subject to the withdrawal provisions of the participation agreement.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts the bids and awards contract for project number blah, blah, blah. No. For the project at Brimfield Water Treatment Plant Filter Improvements in the Portage County Regional Sewer District, Brimfield Township, Ohio.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an amendment number 1 with Jeremiah Greathouse Services to provide lawn mowing and leaf cleanup services for seniors and disabled homeowners within the city of Streetsboro.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
My pages are sticking, sorry. It's all that ink that was used for that last thing is stuck my pages. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes the transfer of the Hearst Air Shore from Portage County Emergency Management Agency to Worcester Fire Department.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners declares obsolete and dispose of Portage County personal property located at the Portage County Emergency Management Agency.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I have one more thing to show you, I'm sorry,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
forgot. This is at the Juvenile Detention Center, this is the new courtroom,
Ooh.
in case you guys haven't gotten out there. I don't know what that last page is, sorry, it's probably,
Shopping list.
maybe, my wish list.
Your shopping.
Oh my gosh, what a change.
Remember it was a round room
Oh.
with a skylight in it? It does look a lot nicer.
Yeah, and there is more room.
There is more room.
Yeah.
The layout
I walked
is
through it the
crazy.
other day and it was, wow.
I know, it really looks sharp.
Opened it up.
Wow.
Had a couple of hearings and then I left.
Did you? Oh, okay.
She let me sit up there.
Did you?
Gave me that.
Did you get a gavel?
Give it a bigger hammer.
Yeah, Tony won't give me this one,
Mm-mm.
but I've
I
been,
like the.
He plays with it all.
I do too, yeah,
The
I
gavel.
like it.
Yeah.
You have it in your office.
Oh, that's my ant swatches.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm done, right? I'm good?
Human versus Tammy.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
thanks.
Shannon.
Shannon,
How you
how
guys
was my
doing?
desk?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, I brought you some other stuff.
Yeah, I know. I had picked up some last night at Lowe's too.
They're being disruptive,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He dropped them off this morning.
All right, Tammy, anything you wanna comment before
No,
I get on?
sorry, it's a lot of reading for you again.
Don't apologize.
Oh, what?
Use and abuse.
Cause Tony's gonna read
No.
now. Okay, journal entry. In accordance with section 305.30 of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396, part 9I, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval to. I'll make a motion to authorize to hire Sue Brannon, part-time temporary JFS budget and finance consultant, Portage County Jobs and Family Services, to be effective as of Monday, April 4th, 2024. Hello?
Discussion, go ahead.
Isn't she the one that worked for us? And-
She's just retired.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
it's
time frame
it's a
to blend
temporary,
it.
it's a temporary financial contract, it's just only gonna run through, July.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes?
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll authorize the external posting of seasonal temporary canvassers for Portage County dog warden.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll authorize the revision of safety and administrative support supervisory job description, including renaming job description to safety inspector for Water Resources Department.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize to post an external posting of the full-time safety inspector for Water Resources Department.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize hire of Stephen Ray, wastewater treatment plant operator 3, Portage County Water Resources, to be effective as of Monday, April 1st, 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the revision of maintenance 3 job description for internal services department, including the job description was refactored under the new CMS terms.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Judy Mahalan for Clinical Services Manager, Jobs and Family Services Department, to be effective as of April 3rd, 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the 3-day internal posting of full-time Clinical Service Manager for Portage County Jobs and Family Services with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Brad Hayes for wastewater treatment plant mechanic 1, Portage County Water Resources Department, to be effective as of April 11th, 2024.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to authorize the 7-day internal posting of a full-time wastewater treatment plant mechanic 1 for Portage County Water Resources with external posting if no internal appointment is made.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the anniversary and/or step increases for the following non-bargaining employees: Robert Wolf, Robert Hawley, April Kelly, Amy Hunting, and Janine DeLuca.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
All right, at this time, I'll make a motion to go into executive session in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1. The Board of Commissioners to move into executive session to consider the dismissal of a public employee.
Second,
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike,
yes.
Tony.
Yes. come out of executive session.
I'll make a motion to come out of, are you on? Okay, I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second?
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Any action?
No action.
Okay, now we have the county
County
administrator.
administrator.
We have an executive session for you.
Yes, please.
Okay, in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1, the Board of Commissioners is to move into executive session to consider employment of a public employee.
Second?
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes. Barbara, we're just trying to make sure you have your steps in today.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Nope.
Come out,
Good.
I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Is there any action?
No action.
All right.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And there is no public comment, so we've got 3 minutes, miscellaneous.
All right, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges receipt of the March 18th, 2024 certificate of county auditor that the total appropriations from each fund do exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the county auditor's office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
In accordance with Ohio Revised Code, Section 325.07, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's Transportation of Prisoners Report for February 2024 as presented by the Portage County Sheriff's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the March 25th, 2024 certificate of county auditor that the total appropriations from each fund do exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Revolving Loan Fund balance sheet dated January 31st, 2024 as presented by the Portage Development Services.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the Portage County Revolving Loan balance sheet dated February 29th, 24 as presented by Neighborhood Development Services.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge appointments to District 7 Integrating Committee of Public Works Commissioners.
Second.
Roll call?
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Okay.
We got 2
We
minutes.
got a couple minutes?
Yeah.
See if we got any public comments.
Not a formal comment, but I agree with you, Tony, that you ought to get some kind of loyalty card from that architect. You get points here, and then they give you a discount.
Good luck with
Amen.
that one. Yeah,
Amen.
It's, we've talked about that. Mike had for a while there, hire one, but we're not gonna always have this many. Probably, so the last year and a half have been, 2 years have been.
Crazy.
I'm just thinking, I went in the wrong field.
I don't know if I'd wanna,
Oh, you're not hurting, Sabrina.
I bet you I work 3 times as much as the architect does.
Well, it's that thing like you hire a plumber and he only spends 5 minutes doing something and you say, but you charge me $200. I mean, for something that simple, but I was the one who knew that something that simple would solve the problem.
Yep.
It was a unique piece of knowledge, and he has an architect has a unique skill and experience. Just as you have a unique skill and experience in your line of title.
you pay for knowledge, not
Yes.
time.
Yes, you do. Expert knowledge and expertise.
I know,
And you
it
pay
just
for your
feels,
nose.
it pains me. Just wanna throw that out there. Nothing against the architect profession, but it just, it's like, wow.
I knew a man who's not deceased, but he was the last person to become a licensed architect in the state of Ohio without having gone to architecture school, because he just studied on his own and passed the licensure test. Sort of an Abe Lincoln type of thing. They don't do it that way
Okay,
anymore.
is there any public comment? Hearing none, make motion to adjourn,
So moved?
roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.